They left the conversation lighter. You left it heavier. Same room, same hour, same exchange of words. But somehow, when it ended, they walked away energized, already planning the next time you would talk, while you sat there afterward needing silence just to recover from being seen. This is not the first time you have noticed it. You give someone your full attention, you listen carefully, you respond to the version of them that is tired or anxious or excited, and you absorb all of it without even realizing you are doing it. And they walk away feeling better, lighter, closer to you. And you walk away feeling like something was quietly taken, even though nobody did anything wrong. You start to wonder what is different about you. Why does being close to people cost you something that it does not seem to cost them? Why do you need hours, sometimes days, to recover from interactions that other people seem to simply enjoy? Psychology has an answer for this, and it is not that something is wrong with you. It is that you are operating with a completely different nervous system than the people around you. And once you understand how, this feeling will finally make sense. Stay with me. Researchers studying sensory processing sensitivity have found that roughly 15 to 20% of the population process social and emotional information at a significantly deeper level than everyone else. This is not about being shy or introverted. It is about depth of processing. While most people experience a conversation once, on the surface, you experience it multiple times simultaneously. The words being said, the tone underneath the words, the body language contradicting the tone, the emotional history behind the body language, all of it processed at once in real time without you ever choosing to do it. This is why an hour with another person can leave you as tired as if you had run several miles, while leaving them as refreshed as if they had simply gone for a walk. You are not being dramatic. You are running a far more complex operation than the person sitting across from you. But there is something deeper happening here, something that goes beyond simple sensitivity. Psychologists describe a concept called asymmetrical emotional labor. It happens in relationships where one person consistently does the work of regulating the emotional tone of the interaction, while the other person simply gets to exist inside it. You are not just listening when someone talks to you. You are tracking their mood, adjusting your tone to match what they need, managing the emotional temperature of the room so they feel comfortable. And they in turn get to relax completely because you are doing that work for both of you. This is why they leave energized. The interaction costs them nothing. It costs you almost everything. Think back to where you may have learned this pattern. Maybe you grew up needing to read a parent's mood before anyone else in the house did. Maybe you became fluent in managing other people's emotional states long before you understood your own. Children who grow up doing this do not learn it as a skill. They learn it as a requirement for safety. And once that requirement is wired in, it does not turn off just because you have grown up and the people around you are no longer dangerous. So now, even in safe relationships, even with people who love you, your nervous system still automatically does the work of managing the emotional space for both of you. They are not asking you to do this. You were trained to do it long before they ever arrived. Here is where it becomes important to be honest with yourself. There are two versions of this exhaustion, and they can feel almost identical. The first is simply the cost of being a deeply attuned person in close relationships. This kind of tiredness is natural, even healthy, the way muscles are tired after real use. It does not mean something is wrong. It means you showed up fully. The second is something heavier, a pattern where you have quietly become the only one doing the emotional work in a relationship that should be shared. This exhaustion is not about depth. It is about imbalance. An imbalance left unaddressed does not heal itself. It simply continues until you have nothing left to give. Ask yourself honestly, after spending time with this person, do you feel tired the way you feel after something meaningful? Or do you feel tired the way you feel after carrying something alone that should have been carried together? That answer tells you something important about which relationships deserve your energy and which ones are quietly draining it. Here is what I want you to know. You are not too sensitive. You are not too much. You are operating at a depth that most people will never reach. And that depth was never meant to be free labor for everyone around you. The people who leave you exhausted are not necessarily bad people, but you are allowed to ask whether the relationship is actually mutual or whether you have simply been carrying it quietly for so long that nobody, including you, noticed the weight. You deserve relationships where someone else occasionally carries the emotional temperature of the room, where you can simply exist in a conversation instead of managing it, where being close to someone leaves you fuller instead of emptier. That kind of relationship exists, and you will recognize it the moment you experience it, because for the first time, you will leave the conversation lighter too. If this is you, tell me in the comments one word for how you usually feel after spending time with the people closest to you. And if you want more videos like this, subscribe to Psychology Unpacked. Understanding yourself starts here.